I am a person of many interests and hobbies. One of my favorite hobby is reading. However, something tragic happened recently. My son broke my bedside lamp, which I used for reading before bed. Now I have to read anywhere except my bed. Well, just look at my collection. And these are just my favorite books. I am giving away the ones I don't want. Does this give me the permission to do this project? I hope so. Because of this lamp disaster, I had to abandon the project I was planning because I cannot live without a lamp anymore. However, I do have the lamp itself, and it's a very valuable item because it's Polish faience from Włocławek. It's one of the most iconic items found in old Polish houses. And I love antiques, so I have to make a lampshade for this particular lamp. I bought this base a while ago because I planned to make a decorative lampshade a long time ago, but I just couldn't get around it. It seemed difficult and time consuming, and soon we will see if that's true, because I have several lamps of this type and I would love to redecorate them because they are ugly. As you can see, the lamp is old and damaged. I received it like this. The paper candle imitation is ready to be thrown away, and the area where the wire enters is chipped and pieces are moving around. I will repair the hole near the wire with cold porcelain, the same one I used in the Bat and Dragon episodes. The lamp doesn't get hot in this area, and actually it doesn't get hot anywhere else, so it should be fine. Once I've got that hole out of the way, I will start making a new paper candle imitation. I was looking for a tube the same size that I could use instead, but I don't have anything like that, so I had to make a paper tube. I couldn't wrap the paper around the old candle because the diameter would be too large, so I placed a roll of paper inside the old candle. This way, when I wrap the new paper underneath, it will be the same diameter. I should have used white paper, but I am lazy and I didn't feel like looking for white paper, and I had black paper on hand and it still needs to be painted. When the paint dried, I used hot glue to create a melted wax effect. Once the glue dried, I painted everything white again. There you go, comparison between new and old one. So the lamp is done and it's time for the lampshade. In the meantime, I made strips from a cotton sheet. I should have used satin ribbon, but I don't have any and the strips won't be visible. I am using them to wrap the wires. I am using as little hot glue as possible because the strips will serve as a base for sewing the other elements too. And if I use too much glue, I won't be able to insert a needle into the fabric. The frame is ready. Now I will show you what I have that might match the lamp. I have green velvet with ginkgo leaves. I have white cotton that I plan to dye. I have dark green tassels, two fringe ribbons, one green and one gold. I also have several types of gold lace. And finally I have gold soutache cord. I don't know if soutache is an existing word in English. I think this cord will save me at some point. But first I need to cover the holes. The lamp is white and blue, but most of the accessories are green, so I thought I will dye the cotton pieces green and blue to create an element to bond those two colors together. Welcome to my kitchen. Let's get ready. These dyes need to be applied hot. I first cut out a small piece of fabric for testing. If that piece dyes well, I will do the same for the rest. First I soaked it in water to distribute the dye evenly. Then I dipped it halfway in one color, then in the other. Then I dipped just the ends so the color was lighter in the middle and darker at the ends. I repeated this several times. And finally, I rinsed it in cold water as the instructions say. And to set the color, rinse the fabric in water and vinegar. It looks good wet. If it dries well, I will do the same with the rest of the fabric. As you can see, everything worked out, so off camera I dyed the 3 pieces needed for the lamp. In the meantime, I also cut out the velvet pieces and I will sew them on. This is how it turned out. It's not bad, although the colors don't look as good on camera as they do in person. In person they match much better, but I guess you have to trust me. Now I need to cover the seams. I'd like to use lace ribbon, but I don't have any symmetrical ones, and the one I could use twice is too short. It won't be enough for 6 vertical elements. In that case, I think I'll have to use soutache cord. But to cover the seams properly, I have to use it double. This cord, if simply cut, will untangle itself. That's why you always need to secure the ends before cutting or tape them immediately after cutting. So I measured the length I need and secured the gaps with hot glue. This way I can safely cut 12 elements without any of them untangling. I sewed them all together 2 by 2 and now I have 6 elements ready to sew. I am using thread in similar color to minimize the visibility. Now it's about the details and hiding the imperfections. Honestly, I was a little bit afraid of this project. I follow several lampshade artists. Their work, of course, are pieces of art, while mine is just a beginner's experiment, but it's still easier and faster than I thought. If any of you have planned to make a lampshade like this, go ahead because it's not so difficult. The hardest part, as always, is getting started. Now that I know it's not difficult, I can plan a larger lampshade, more complex and artistic than this one, and I will put it on my to-do list. Okay, we've got the seams covered, but now we need to cover up the top. You can see that cotton ribbon and I don't want it to be visible. I have a wide ribbon that should cover it, but first I will paint the cotton gold to make it less noticeable. Now I think I should have painted it green, but it's too late. I sewed the lace around the lamp, folding it over the top to cover the edge. It's not perfect, but it's enough for my bedroom. Let me zoom out a bit and show you a bit of my mess on the table. Don't look at this, just look at the lamp, because I need to try on what will fit at the bottom. We have gold fringe and green tassels to choose from. I think I will pass on the tassels because this lamp is too small for hanging decorations like this. They will be useful for something larger. And I don't like the gold ribbon because it's a different shade of gold than the soutache cord and the lace at the top. Let's see what the green fringe looks like. Much better, I think. It's not visible on camera, but it's the same color as the velvet. I will keep the green fringe, but it has an ugly edge, which I will cover with golden lace. I am gluing the fringe ribbon with hot glue. It feels wrong, but it won't be visible. No, I measured wrong. Ush. But it's okay. Don't panic. It can be fixed. Okay, it's all good now. I will sew the lace on and we will be done in a moment. If you are still here, I would like to thank you, and please subscribe, give me a thumb up, and we will see each other in the next episode. Bye!